Hello, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today for a not live, but at the time I would normally do a live. I am in New Orleans as you watch this, so with the best will in the world, two places at once. Amateur conference. It's the Stamping Up Leaders event, which is called Backstage. There's about 500 of us from mostly North America, so the United States and Canada, but a few from Europe and from South Pacific. So an exciting event. Going to see so many people. First in-person event that Stamping Up have run since the things started opening up after the pandemic. Anyway, I've got a couple of projects planned for today, so let's flip the camera down. Oh, housekeeping. So obviously this isn't live, so if you've got any questions or comments, please add those below the description bar. There's an area for comments. If you don't already subscribe, I would be thrilled if you would do so. If you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, remember you can shop with me and help me earn this year's incentive trip. I've got quite a way to go, so please, 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 that would be fantastic. Or if you want to join, you can also do that. And soon, we haven't got a date yet, but soon, Belgium and the Republic of Ireland will be joining the European Stamping Up family, so that will be fantastic. So if you're in Belgium or the Republic of Ireland and want to know more information, remember to sign up to my newsletter, and I will make sure that as soon as I know anything, you will know it as well. Right, let's craft. So, flip down. I'm using the Fresh Cut Flowers stamp set today. This is a well-used stamp set, but it's exciting at the moment because if you are a demonstrator or you want to join as a demonstrator, you can already get this time-limited die set, and indeed get the two together and bundle them. This is the Fresh Cut Stems die set. There are so many dies, and this will be launching for customers on the 1st of September, and it is while stocks last, or to the 31st of September, whichever happens first. There are dies for this, well, for all four images. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, plus some extra little bits as well. So a really, really fun die set. Let me pull up. So this is for Europe. Let me get this right. So the bundle for the two would be £47.75 or €62. The stem dies are £32 or €42, and this stamp set is £21 or €27. So if you bundle the two together, you save the usual 10%, which is amazing. There are going to be 6 sets of dies coming out. That's for the Apple Harvest, Fresh Cut Flowers, This Birthday Piggy, Trimming the Tree, Waterfall Canyon, and Yeti 2-Party. So keep your eyes open for that. There will be more information coming very soon. Right, we really must get crafting. Now, if you watched me last week, you will have seen me making my draft of the swaps that I was making for Backstage. Well, I'm going to use the same ink pad in inverted commas. So this is the ink pad that I made with Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape, Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky inks. It's still moist, so I'm hoping I will be able to get an image out of it. Fingers crossed. So I've got the solid image from Fresh Cut Flowers, and I'm hoping, got that problem again, haven't I? You'd think I'd learn. If you're using a half wood cut wood stamp set box, the D block doesn't fit in it. These are no longer available. I just happen to have one. So I'm going to get a little bit of the Melon Mambo on the top. Now this has been sitting around for a while and it's been quite warm, but I think it'll be all right. Give it an extra. It's going to be a bit mottled, but I'll give it a go. And I may... No, I'm all right with that. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of water just to see if I can give it a refresh. Excuse me. And let's see if that makes any difference. So going back in, giving it a good move around. Yeah, probably not. I'm happy to go with the one I've already stamped, so 6 and 2 3. So I'll go with the one I already stamped, but it really just shows you that they do last a reasonable length of time. I mean, it's been in real time. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's been 5 days plus. So I'm going to just trim that one out because this is the one I'm going to use with the matching die from the Fresh Cut Stems die pack. So let's pull that off and grab my mini cut and emboss. And this is going to be a very similar design to the one that I did last week, but I did want to just show you these dies because they are stunning. And I have got another more involved card planned too. So let's get that lined up. And see how we go. I have done a little bit of prep for the other card and actually for this card. So let's get rid of that. Just get rid of my bits into the bin and pop that away. So this is our beautiful die cut and it is perfect spacing. So let me just pop the die back into the case and bring in what I have already prepared. So I've got a Starry Sky card base ready, and somewhere I have, there it is, my bone folder. Brain has gone, and all I'm going to do is pop that onto there, and I'm going to pop this up but have this flat onto the card, and then I think I will bring in which embellishment I might go. Yeah, I'll go with the matte decorative dots. So let's start by sticking this down, and I am going to push it up the way. Again, if you were with me on Thursday last week, you will have seen that I like my spacing to be even on the top and the two sides, not so worried about the bottom. Like that, and then let me grab some dimensionals. And do I have a little bit that I just want to get a bit in there? There we go. I love these edge bits. Perfect. Perfect. And then we'll just pop that onto our card front, and then grab my take your pick and just add a few. These are the Starry Sky dots, and I am mixing across the shading. So that is my first card. Very simple, but made all the better by having the die cut. So that's number 1. So number 2 is slightly different in that every now and again we need a sympathy card, and sadly now is one of those moments in my life. I may have mentioned that our neighbour over the wall, who was the first person who introduced themselves to us when we moved into the village, sadly passed away quite suddenly. It was not expected. We knew she wasn't well, but she was actually doing really well. She played bridge and goodness knows what the week of when she passed away. And sadly her funeral is going to be tomorrow your time, but it's while I'm away, so I won't be able to be there. So this is a card for her daughters. She has one daughter who, although she is British, she lives in New Jersey, so she's flying over for the funeral and to help sort out our neighbour's affairs. So, and she's staying in her mother's house, so I thought I would drop a sympathy card through the letterbox before I go, and this is going to be that sympathy card. So I'm using Versamark, as you can probably see, and I'm not doing the whole image again, as you can probably see. Now, where's my buddy? My toolkit. So this is in the mini catalogue. It's part of, I want to say, the Rustic Harvest suite, if you get it as a suite, but it is obviously available on its own. I've got some gold embossing powder. And I'm just going to add that to my vellum. Like that. And tip. Oop, some of it stayed in the little thing. I'm not too worried if there's stray bits because I will be die cutting. That's all right. And then I can just open this up and pour the unused powder back into my pot. And I do like to have it in a bigger pot because it means that if I've only got a small sentiment or something, I can just dip the piece of card into my little pot and I don't need to worry about embossing powder going anywhere other than back into where the pot is. Right, give it a good bash, make sure I've got all the little bits out, lid over here, and then just pop your top back on so that you don't forget for next time. Don't need my new embossing buddy or that. Pop that all away, get rid of the stray bits, and grab my trusty cheese board. Now the set does come with ceramic tipped tweezers, but because I've got a large area to do, I'm going to use my cheese board. Heat your gun first so that you know it's nice and hot, and move quickly. On vellum there is it melts much faster. So, but you can damage the vellum. Just check that I've caught it all. Just a little bit there in the middle, it's not quite. That's better. Yep, that all looks nice and glossy. Pop my heat tool back in its spot and get rid of that and that. So I'm actually going to need these just to split my two pieces of vellum, which I think will fit through on my mini. Yes, they will. So that's good. So let me grab my die. Now do be careful when you're lifting dies off for the first time, because this sticky stuff is very sticky. Make sure that you don't, so getting that last bit off, don't pull from here because you could bend or break your die. They're good quality dies, but just treat them with a certain amount of respect. And then we can pop that on there. Now you may wonder why I've only done part of the image, and it will become apparent, I promise you. So that's that done. Let's find the other one. Get rid of the bits, which of course don't want to go. Through, and then I will fess up to the bits that I've prepped. I haven't prepped that much, but I have prepped a little bit. Oh, and I am going to need to do some more heat embossing. It does mean I can show you what I mean by why I leave my embossing powder in a big tub. So let's get rid of those bits. Get rid of that. Right, okay. So I have already die cut using this die, which is also in the same die cut set. I've die cut some little filigree edge bits, which I'm just going to chop in half. I mean, they're not even, so it's not really in half. These are just for an edging. Right, so let me put that back in the box. Let me get rid of that. Let me grab my powder again. And I had, where's it gone? There it is. So I have a piece of basic black card, and I've got from the Peaceful Moments stamp set, which has been with us for a while now, the With Deeper Sympathy, which I am going to emboss in gold on the black. And because it's black on gold, you do need to be quite generous with your embossing buddy. Now this is roughly 1.25 inches. Actually, I'm going to do it to... No, I'm going to go kind of in the middle. I mean, I'm going to cut this down so it's not, but if I do it in the middle it gives me more option. And then I can take this and just scoop into my box, which for just a small image is so much easier than getting out the tray. And then just so that I can show you the tweezers, these are ceramic tipped. The ceramic will get very hot, so please don't touch it once you've finished or when you've finished. Just be very mindful that the ceramic will get hot. And that's that done. And the joy with these is that they're the reverse tweezers, so when you let go they grasp, and when you open up they, or rather when you push them together, they open up. So I'm going to pop those to cool down. Let's pop them so that they're not actually pressing on anything hard. Right, I'm going to add my filigree bits, my edging, with some tear and tape. So I'm just going to run tear and tape along the back of my basic black piece. And then grab my take your pick. This is such a useful tool, I'm just saying. Just line up the edge of the card, and I'm just lining up to the bottom of those little diamond shapes like that, and then the same again this side. And I'm really not worried if they're not exactly lined up. Woo! If the diamond shapes aren't exactly lined up, she said, would be quite useful if the gold was itself lined up though. So we've got that nice pretty. Now I'm going to have these coming out top and bottom like that, and I'm just going to pop those onto I think I'm going to go basic black. Let me just grab a new sheet of card, because as luck would have it, I don't have a basic black card base ready, but it's very quick to sort out. So, score it in half. Cut it in half, and next time I need a basic black card base, I've got one. Bend that. Don't think it's got a front and a back, so that's going to go there. Although I'm tempted to go there with these coming out, yeah, top and bottom. Now I'm going to trim some of this off because I don't need all of this tucked underneath. So let's grab some Seal Plus. decide exactly where to put it, which is always useful. Yep. And then this one. This is all going to be popped up, by the way. There. I want it far enough over to the left. In fact, I might just lift that off, because I want the sentiment to not be in the middle. That's better. And then this one can come here. So that's going to go there, roughly. Right, now, black dimensionals. Obviously perfect for when you're crafting in black. Oh, I was going to say, I thought I had an open sheet of the large ones, and I do. So, I'm going to just roughly cut there, so I've got some idea where I'm going. I will cut finally once it's all put together. So these are going to act for two jobs. One is obviously to pop up, but also to help stick the vellum to the back of the card. And by back of the card, I mean the back of this, not the back of the card, obviously. Right, now, they come with the small ones in the pack, so I'm very happy to use both. And you'll find that behind the embossing, particularly on that one and that one, there's quite a nice solid area where you can hide a dimensional. Come on. Now the black dimensionals hang on to their backing just a little bit more than the white ones. So it is a bit of a, you know, you're coming off. You are coming off, whether you like it or not. The right way up would be special. Now, let's line my card up onto the grid paper, stand on tiptoe, and so that is pretty straight. And then I can stick those bits down and we're good to go. For some horrible moment there I thought I'd gone upside down, but I haven't. Trim that. Trim that. And then I'm going to add some other bits because I don't want it to look too no, that's what I want. So these are in the mini catalogue, and they're these lovely bright gold, which are perfect to come off the embossing. Let's put one in there, and I'm going to repeat more or less down here. They're not identical, not meant to be identical. And there is my sympathy card. Obviously I need to put a lining in and all that good stuff and write my message, but yeah, that is my sympathy card for the girls next door. So I hope you have enjoyed those two projects using the soon to be released cut stems and the already released fresh cut flowers. Let's pop that back in. So fresh cut stems, fresh cut flowers, you can bundle them together. If you are a demonstrator or you want to join, you can pop these, you can either order them as a demonstrator or pop these in your starter kit. They'll come up as an option when you build your starter kit. You can just search for fresh cut stems and it will come up, or fresh cut flowers bundle will come up. But otherwise 1st of September until the 30th of September, or while stocks last, whichever happens first. So let me just flip the camera up. And thank you very much for joining me. It's a bit shorter than usual, half an hour. Wonder why. Anyway, I hope you had a great time watching that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time joining me. Hit that alert bell and you'll know when a video goes live or when I go live with a video. I will be back on Tuesday at 11 o'clock UK time with jet lag, so please be kind to me, but I will be live. So until then, have a fantastic weekend. I have got Simple Stamping Saturday coming up on, surprisingly, Saturday, and then a Top Tip Tuesday will go live at 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning, ready for me to then go live myself at 11 o'clock. Thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye bye for now.